my face, Joe. Let's switch this up. G'day. So this is the Acebeam P20. Let's go to turbo. So I got the green filter hooked up. See Acebeam P20. It's on turbo. So that's kind of what the green grain looks like. Let's take off the filter and yeah, check out the white beam. Oh, that's what have we got? So that's the green filter. Jeez, that's on tight. There we go. Yeah, the filter is an optional add-on. It's a 62mm threaded filter, kind of like a camera type lens thing. So this is the Acebeam P20. You can just see the LED there. It's a luminous SBT 90.2. It's got a smooth reflector, 3mm thick glass lens with a blue anti-reflective coating, and you've got that glow-in-the-dark O-ring around the edge. So I'll hold for moonlight mode, or ultra low mode. So that's ultra low. Good. Let's go check out a footpath. So got ultra low. Whoa, pretty cold. So it's ultra low, low, medium 1, medium 2, high, turbo. So go back to low, switch around a bit. So we got low, medium 1, medium 1, medium 2, high, and turbo. So let's go ahead and check out turbo. The beam is quite intense. This is the Acebeam P20. It's on turbo. It's got a battery pack with two 21700 cells. The cells need to be a bit longer than normal to fit. If you can use two individual cells, but they need to be button top and a little bit longer to fit properly. There's a clicky tail switch at the back, but it is electronic. It's not mechanical, I believe. So yeah, there's a signal that gets carried down the battery pack. So let's do a quick comparison. Oh, g'day. So this is the Acebeam P20 on low, ultra low, low, medium 1, medium 2, high, turbo. So that's turbo. It's got a 1.28 kilometer range. It's got a big hotspot. Let's do a quick comparison. Here's a Convoy L21B on 100%. So that's got a really narrow hotspot. So yeah, nice and narrow. And let's do a side by side. So it's, yeah, quiet. the hotspots are quite different. Got like a really narrow hotspot with the Osram CSL NM1 on the left, and on the right you've got the Luminous SBT 90.2, which has got a really big hotspot. Let's see if I can split these up a bit. There we go. So that's the Convoy L21B with a Osram CSL NM1. It's got a tie hotspot, and that is the brand new Acebeam P20 with a SBT 90.2. It's got a much wider hotspot. And it's stepping down already because it's getting a bit hot. It hits about 52 degrees Celsius at the head, and it steps down to like 1600 lumens. Can try to reactivate that, so let's give it a go. There we go. Off. There we go. So it's reactivated it. It's going to get hot again until the thermal regulation kicks in and steps it down. So this is the Acebeam P20 with a Luminous SBT 90.2 in it. It's a pretty intense beam. It's what you'd expect from an SBT 90. It's got a nice smooth reflector for throwing. Yeah, overall good beam. The driver's really good, the output's well regulated, and it's got thermal regulation. Oh, g'day, hey apple pie, hey wafer. G'day. Just gonna take this torch for a spin. Check out the creek. It's a bit wet. Cool. There's a ducky over there. A bit of water. So this is the Acebeam P20. So yeah, pretty powerful torch. It's a dual switch design. They're both electronic switches, and there's a signal path that goes through the battery pack for the tail switch to function. You can either operate it by the tail switch or by the side switch, if I can find it. The head's getting quite hot to hold. So I need to hold it by the tube and then press the button. So we got the full moon out. Boom. Let's go to the moon. Yeah, it's a nice night. That's too intense, so you can just make it out. Wow, that's getting hot. This is the Acebeam P20. Whoa! I just fell down a hole. Joe. I think there's a possum in the tree over there. And a duck on a rock somewhere here. Must have wandered off. Oh, let's have some fun. What was that? Sounds like a duck. Or was it a bicycle wheel? Okay, let's go to turbo. Boom. There's turbo. That's super intense. The step down. Hey, Darren. So it hits, I measured about just around 5,000 lumens roughly on turbo at turn on. And then it steps down to about 1,600 after, I think a couple of minutes, like probably 5 minutes or something like that. I've put a graph on one of the Facebook posts and on the Reddit posts. I think I've put two graphs, one showing turbo and one showing high. The turbo step down was a little bit more dramatic than the high one. Yeah, feet are wet. Okay. So with the high, that one maintained about 1,800 or 1,900 lumens. But, so what is high? Let's ultra low, low, medium, medium 2, high. Ultra low, low, medium, medium 2, high. What? No, low, medium, medium 1. That's always confusing. So you've got 6 modes: ultra low, low, medium 1, medium 2, high, and turbo. But only 4 of those are in the cycle group. So you've got low, medium 1, medium 2, and high when you cycle through and hold down the side switch. Yeah, it's an interesting choice of battery. You can put the battery pack in. The battery pack's got two 21700 cells connected in series, and it's got a special connector at the front, the top and the bottom, where the center pad is for the positive and then the other center pad is for the negative, which is what you'd expect with a normal battery. You've got positive and negative, but the outer ring is a signal path, and that signal's used for the tail switch. So if you don't use the battery pack, you can't use the tail switch, from what I can tell. You need to use the side switch. So the tail switch is kind of this electronic tail switch of a mechanical switch, but it's still like it's got a physical clicky thing, but it's sort of an electronic switch that needs the battery pack for the signal path. I tried using 2 flat top cells, like just 2 unprotected flash and high drain cells, and they were too short. So then I tried using 2 button top cells. They were too short as well. So I put some spacers, like 2 convoy spacers, in to extend the length of the 2 cells, and that worked. So the battery compatibility is not super great. You can use the included battery pack, or you can use 2 Acebeam 21700 cells, because the Acebeam ones are typically, they've got a protection circuit in them and a button top. So if you use an unprotected button top, it's going to be too short. If you've got 2 of them, you need to have like a slightly larger protected one. I think it's on high at the moment. It should maintain about 1900 lumens, as long as the battery's okay. The battery's not fully charged, so it's probably dipping to about 1600 lumens. Might turn the output down a little bit. Low, one, 2, medium 2. So got pollen out today. It's a pollen season for the yellow. So it's the yellow pollen. Boom. Let's do turbo. So that's intense. Back to medium 2. Gonna walk this way just in case I run into some owls. You might see some owls. It's a nice enough night. So that's the Acebeam P20, and that's the Convoy L21B. So P20 is on medium 2 output, the Convoy is on 100%. It's got a tighter hotspot. It's got a CSL NM1 emitter in the Convoy. This one's got a SBT90, which is a big wide LED. It's not the best night to take beam shots because it's a full moon and it's already light, so you can kind of just turn a torch off and walk in the dark. So you can kind of see that. Turn the light back on. It's harder for the camera to see when the light's off. Nobody behind me. Just wanted to come this way to see if there's an owl hanging out in a tree again. I think it's some kind of barn owl, a white one. So much pollen. So the hay fever's playing up. There's a sock. Okay. What have we got there? It's a leaf. Alright, so... Ooh! That's a possum. So there's a little baby possum. Ringtail possum. So the owl's probably not in that tree. There's a big tree. There's a possum. Oh, it's climbing up. Where did he go? There he is. It's a baby possum. Climbing up and up and up. Oh no, it's gonna jump. It's gonna jump. There he goes. Up the top. It's a little baby possum. You can barely hear owls when they'll just dive bomb and be past you. So I've seen one owl up a tree out the back there. It's a bunch of mushrooms. Don't know if there's any snakes around. Keep looking. So this is on medium 2, and that's enough light. More than enough light. Oh, there's a ducky. Okay, that freaked out the ducks. There. They're running off. Maybe the light's too intense. The cockatoo's eating the trees the other day, and pollen was falling out of the sky. Let's try turbo. This is the Acebeam P20 on turbo. I think you just saw a step down happen there. There we go. Yeah, there's a voltage step down, I believe, because it's not hot. But there's also a thermal regulation. High, low, medium, medium 2. Oops, excuse. So the other week there was a owl on that tree. Don't know where they are today. This torch is pretty big, but it's not that heavy. It's pretty lightweight. It's made out of aluminium. They should put a stainless steel bezel on it to make it even hardier at the head, so if you hit something, it really hits it. So that's turbo, and there's a step down because the battery pack needs to be recharged, and I didn't charge it fully. Let's check for the possums in that tree. And can't see any owls. This is an awesome torch for spotting stuff. It's got a smooth big beam, so the hot spot's nice and smooth. Kind of blends outward a bit. So cool. Bit hot, a bit cold. Let's keep going. Oh, such a nice torch to use up a tree. It looks a bit too intense on the camera, like it looks overexposed, but to me it looks like it's blended. Like it's not that, there we go. So it's not that intense. And with the spill, you can, yeah, see heaps with the spill. So it's turbo. And a step down. Back to normal. Back to medium 2. Cool. Might leave it at that. This is the Acebeam P20. It's just been released. If you want to get a discount, check out the description. There's a TIM15 code. and yeah, on acebeam.com is the P20. That's really nice thrower, and it's marketed as self-defense, but not in Australia. We don't do that here. But overseas, like in the US, you could probably use this for self-defense to hit people with. Cool. Thanks for watching.